Um, and thank you, Chiki. I know that you've heard that several times from Tina, that you know that you're not hard enough on her. I'm waiting to hear that from someone very soon. Uh, that would be quite nice, actually, in my case. Tina, what do I say about you? Thank God you're not an actress. And you saved me so many times because of that. And by your own admission, you didn't want to be an actor. And like she says to me, that she saved me. And that's why there's Rani Mukherjee in the film, because you have to know that the very first film and the first narration I ever did for anyone on Kuch Kuch Hota Hai was to Tina, and that's why the character is called Tina. And of course, she heard the first half and got back to me and said she doesn't want to do it. I still actually called the character Tina and went ahead. What began from then on was an interesting journey of two childhood friends. And I even went to boarding school because of my mother and her mother, and that was a torturous experience. And that is in my book, so you must read it. That's not by this publishing house, but it's still a book that I wrote. But it began a beautiful journey, as I said, of two childhood friends, and she really has, and I say this, I've seen her through all shapes and sizes, and I'm not talking about her physically. I will not body shame, that's wrong. No one should body shame, and I can least afford to. But shapes and sizes of her career, it's been a wondrous career. From the time, like Shiki said, she started writing columns, to the time that she actually became a celebrated columnist, and then an author, best-selling author, and she just told me how my book sold 30,000 copies and hers sold 130,000 copies. I was shown my place. I was shown my place right before I was here to praise her. Yes, I agree. You are a rock star, a bona fide genius, a talent that it has no bounds, infinite talent, Tina. Glorious, glamorous, beautiful, and intelligent. You break the stereotype in every which way and the glass ceiling. And in this case, your pajamas are forgiving, I'm not sure, but your husband is definitely forgiving. Because I know what he has to put up with every time you come up with a column. There is always a prayer I think Akshay makes that God, save my house from being stoned, because you never know what you're going to write. This book, I have to say, is an exceptional book. And I'm going to say this to her when we have the chat, of course, which will be in a few seconds. But it is an exceptional book. It has every beat that you can find out in a book that has character development, is saying something solid, it has the emotional journey, and it is hilarious. And I really want you all to discover Pajamas Are Forgiving when you do read it, because it is an exceptional read. A read that I actually went through from evening to night. It was a fast read, exceptional, and I think it's her best book to date. And I really believe that she is really a force of nature. And so before I say any more, I'm going to call you on stage for our little tete-a-tete. Tina, the stage is all yours.